Hi guys,
Hi everyone.
welcome back to another episode of Try Family Farm Christmas edition. Merry Christmas.
Have a very Merry Christmas Day.
Whenever you're finished. Okay, so yeah, we just wanted to wish everyone Merry Christmas. We put a shout out to all your families. Hope you're having a fantastic holiday season, enjoying the festivities in moderation, and yeah, our love to all. We did have a epic week building up to Christmas. Charlotte's a little bit behind on the videos, so you get to see them all in depth coming up real soon. But we're just going to give you a little snapshot today of some of the issues we've been dealing with on the farm, in the wet, in the cold, in winter time.
Every time we have a problem at the moment, everyone's like, well, yeah, it's winter.
That's what happens in winter.
That's what happens in winter. You have problems in winter.
But yeah, this is our first European winter properly. And yeah, some of these problems are completely new to us. All these problems are completely new to us.
All these problems are new to us.
And we're learning step by frustrating step. Anyway, let me show you some of our problems. Merry Christmas, problems. First problem we experienced this week is car stuckage. Is that a word? There's look at that, a big puddle of fresh water. We've had a fair bit of rain here recently. There's our well there. Apparently there's an underground river that flows through here, like an aqua source or something. And I pumped this well dry in an attempt to clean it, which I couldn't quite make happen because I bought a harness to go down in the bottom of the well, but Charlotte and her father Hervé couldn't manage my weight, and no one else was silly enough to go down the well, understandably. But I pumped 10,000 litres of water out of this well, and in the last week, it's right back up to the top. So we had 10,000 litres of water in the last week at least, and this thing's an underground river, which they warned me about, and they said don't drive in it. Oh, look at those mushrooms. I love finding random mushrooms. I've been eating lots of them. Don't eat mushrooms, or you don't know what they are. Anyway, the underground river, they warned me not to drive on when it starts raining, and I thought, just one ute load of rubbish out of here before Christmas time. And the result is the tow truck driver is on the way, and my car has been stuck for 24 hours now. Pretty stuck. In Australia, if I got my truck stuck or my car stuck, I would have called my dear friend Shep from Elderly Auto Towing in Enoggera, or Elderly, in Brisbane. If you're in need of a tow, contact these guys, they're the best. He's a little under the weather at the moment, so hope you're feeling better soon, Shep. Get well, and maybe you can make the trip out to south of France to tow me out of my next situation when you're feeling up to it. I'm gonna have to get mates race on that though, obviously. It's a fairly big way to come, fairly big trip. The second problem we had this week is our whiz bang IntelliShock N20 electric animal protection fence decided to stop working. Electric fence was down, and a certain member of the local community really took advantage of that fact. And let me show you the result. Hey boys and girls. So, we used to have 4 geese, but I think Mr. Fox helped himself to a goose for dinner, which wasn't the plan. We currently have 2 girls and a boy, and we used to have 3 girls and a boy. And yeah, the fence didn't work, and we lost a goose. Lost a goose to a fox. We got to fix the electric fence. Another problem. Ah. the grass looking?
What grass? Look at this. It's so sticky that it's really hard to get your feet out of it once there are feet are in there. It's like, I think, sinking sand. Like, oh, look at that. This menu, thank you for everyone. Chocolate cake. I managed to really master the art of the delicious chocolate brownie by adding my secret ingredient. And so now, if you come and help us on the property, you get some chocolate cake and some champagne. Well, it's actually crema, sparkling wine, but it's delicious. You'll love it. Come and help us. What's to say here? It's the sound of a ute not stuck in the mud. Wow, so good. Really, I highly recommend to anybody who moves to a new country getting insurance for everything for at least the very first year, because it's hard when you don't have any connections or any of the right equipment. Oh goodness. Alright, our geese keep escaping every morning. It's this. Ah, the geese have escaped. We have to go get them. Why do they keep escaping? Actually, I went in there this morning and they were all there. Now, for some reason, they've all escaped. As soon as the sun rises, they fly over the net that we put there and they escape. I'll show you what I mean. See, beautiful frosty morning. I think the net's just not high enough. Crackety crack. Oh look, see, look at the geese. You see? Trying to lure them in with a bit of corn. They don't really like corn. Beautiful frosty day. There's Aaron. The fence is frozen. The fence is frozen. Oh, that's probably why it doesn't keep. Look at them just lying down. There's the geese. There's the enclosure. Oh, you know what? You're probably right. Frosty water. Look at them lying down. They don't care. Not a care in the world. See if I come around this way. Very frost. Oh, that's what it is. Their water's way too frozen in the morning. Because it's every morning at the same time that they escape. Come on. Here we are, just shepherding my herd of geese. Come on. Look at this. Frozen. We should be putting him in the new enclosure now. They just wanted to drink.
Okay, I'll figure out the next move.
Is that better, guys? Yeah. Yeah, I'll give him a little corn.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I can't even get it in the ground. It's so frozen. Looking to be a gorgeous day though. Sun's shining. Ooh. At least they're domesticated enough that they don't go too far when they do escape. So that when we do have the panic, oh, the geese have escaped, at least we know they're only nearby. Although we did lose already one goose. Must have escaped in the middle of the night because we found a tuft of feathers deep into the forest a couple of days later. So I don't know. What are we doing? Aaron's just called me over to have a look at the electricity box.
Bicycles on it. It's winter time.
And problem number 3. So we have cut down, as you would have seen on some of our earlier videos, lots and lots of wood. And as everybody said, never burn wet firewood. So we had a few people tell us that some of the wood we cut was from trees that were already dead or fallen, so the wood should be dry enough. We don't really know much about this kind of season of firewood, so we assumed that that would be fine. So said wood here seemed to be dry enough, and to be honest, we had burnt it in our chimney and it was fine in our chimney. Now, what we didn't realise was that the wood that can be burnt in our chimney cannot be burnt in our boiler or our chaudière. Our chaudière is a mixed chaudière, so you can take wood granules or pellets as well as logs. And the logs need to be, well, the humidity of whatever you put in there needs to be less than 10%. Whereas in your fireplace, the humidity of the wood can be sort of 15-20%, and it's still okay because it's just a big hole that goes up to the chimney. In this mixed system of heating, there are lots of little mechanisms and springs and computer system. Anyway, using any wood that is too humid will cause gunk to build up in these springs and mechanisms and it to break down, which is what happened to us. So now we had to get a chimney sweep in. So he came with his son, his father, the whole family came to sweep out the chimney, which was really lovely. Expensive mistake. But now our gorgeous chaudière here needs to work exclusively on granules for a while in order to clear it out completely. So if I open this up, you'll be able to see, for those of you in Australia who don't have granule systems, I mean everyone in Europe knows what this is. There's a hole in there, the granules get fed and they combust, heats up to the back water tank here, gets fed into the big water tank here, and then it goes to the houses. We're heating up 2 houses at the moment, 3 houses actually, because Nana's house, our house, and we have guests staying at the gîte. We have our very first tenants, so their house is being kept warm by this system as well. It was an expensive mistake. It means that we can't use the wood that we have currently in our boiler, but it has been fixed thanks to these they just look like kitty litter actually, but they're just wood granules. That leads me to problem number 4, the fourth, and I'm not going to say final because obviously there's always problems that happen, but our 4th current problem is this guy. So this was our wood splitter, which you'll see on videos that I'm going to upload. It's been working swimmingly. It's been beautiful. However, for some unknown reason, we've used it for only about 10 to 15 hours. It's brand new. The engine started making this excruciatingly loud noise. Yeah, so we've had the people on the phone. I've emailed the people at the manufacturers. They're up north, they're not local. All of the information about it. So they suggested we unplugged all of the hydraulic hoses here, as we've done. And turn the engine back on. Excruciating loud noise continued. And they now have asked that we send them back the motor. So we've got a little pallet here that we'll package up and send back to them. So hopefully they can service it or see if what's wrong with it. At this point, nobody really knows. I did have, a side note, a guy from Gumtree come and pick up a quad that we sold, an ATV, and we ended up selling the ATV. He was like, yeah, I know exactly what's wrong with this. So he called the manufacturing company. He said, oh, I'll help you out, I'll call them. So he calls this the company, and he just abused them so much on the phone and thought he knew what the problem was. And embarrassingly enough, he was completely wrong. So I had to sort of backtrack and say it was just my crazy neighbour whose heart's in the right place and wanted to help me, but actually had no idea what he was talking about. So I was grovelling and being nice to them so that they could help me, because he was a bit crazy on the phone. So just a side note to people who meet strangers who come and pick things up from Gumtree, probably don't let them represent you on the phone. Yeah, that was not my best decision. All right, so this is problem number 4, and it's not fixed yet. So as you can see, we've had our little fair share of, well, for us, extraordinary problems. But at least we've fixed 1, 2, well, the car was fixed, 3, 2, what was the second thing? The geese we fixed, we actually clipped the wings. You'll see that in a later video, me catching and clipping the wings. So hopefully they can't fly over. 3 was the chaudière boiler, fixed, expensive but fixed, and we know what the problem was. Unfortunately, the 4th problem is still there.
Not fixed.
Not fixed.
But the moral of the story is that don't sweat the small stuff. Don't eat cheese before noon.
Get insurance.
Get insurance. And don't worry, be happy. Cheer up, your old bugger. It's all going to be okay.
It'll all be fine. Keep
It's
positive.
It's going to be okay. Don't
positive.
throw
It'll be
the
fine.
shovel at the greenhouse as it rolls down the hill in the storm.
Anyway, I hope you like this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
And if the geese escape, we're going to eat them.
Oh,
So
that's true. So
might
if
be
our
a
next
catch
video is
and
a catch and cook video, if they can fly, hopefully they can't fly anymore.
All right. Be good. Be safe. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye.